And sometimes people look around and they feel so discouraged. And they be like, yes, we're not seeing anything. And sometimes feel so discouraged about everything, man. But well, I can tell you for sure, Liberia is on the rising. Take it or leave it. We are optimistic. We are hopeful that we are going to get on the right trajectory. Yes, the agro segment is coming up. The agro segment is from 4 to 5 p.m. Yes, and we're going to have Dada Mosuka Fala. So he's actually going to be coming on with Abina. His team is going to be coming on as we continue the discussion on ways on how we can feed ourselves, how we can be self-sufficient. And guess what? The gift given to our state of the nation, where I collected from the office of the minister the last time, to tell you that it's on testing, and the rice tastes very well, Honorable Minister Dada Nuta, and it's black. It looks like broccoli. It tastes like beans is in it. It's so nice, eh? The scent, wow. So we are testing it. Yeah, we are actually testing it. To when we finish, we'll give you all of our findings. But we are testing it with nice soup, you know. Thank you so much. And hats off to all of you who continue to feed Liberia. Apostle, Pastor Robert Bima. Yes, Pastor Bima, how you doing? Sharp Executive Director. Tyler Jim Tonona, how you doing? Former Senator Maggie and a former chair on agriculture. He too has a farm in Bond County. And he's also a panelist here on the agri segments. So, Chief, please get from me today, yeah, and come on. Yeah, so um the bus I call him Honorable SELLEE. He's just around and he'll be joining in Jiffy. He'll be joining us soon. And then Princess attended a program today. Princess, wherever you are, just come. We'll take you for a few minutes. Arise, Liberia. And so I'm using this opportunity, yes, to remind all fans, supporters, sympathizers, advisors, mentors, right, of the Press Union of Liberia and members as well to ensure that PUL gets back on her feet. So many things are slipping under her feet and things need to be put in place. Can you imagine Aliko how election? Aliko, the Association of Liberia Community Radio Stations in Liberia, feature her election. These are all auxiliaries. These are all children of PUL. PUL is the grandma, the president of Liberia, right? So I didn't go have her election on the 30th of March. That was like two days ago. And how you call it? FIJA, the female journalists of Liberia, we had our election. We had two candidates, presidential candidates running. And we ended it peacefully. The RAL had election the last time I voted again. FIJA had election I voted. The only time I didn't vote, I mean, Aliko election, I did not vote because I'm not a manager. And this is something that needs to be looked at too, because too many concerns are being raised. Only managers vote in that election. Well, what about those who are on ground? What about those journalists who are working? I mean, it's something that we can discuss. And these laws, when they are made, they can be amended. Yeah. So yes. Where you going? You have to get in the studio. So these laws can be amended. Yeah. So we have to look at, but on a serious note, our elections, Fiji and even the Western Medici Roberts, how you doing? Medici is the chairman of the Western Journalist Association of Liberia. They call themselves WEJA. All of these auxiliaries are doing well. You can help me with the rest, right? If you any other auxiliary under the PUL doing well, but PUL, you have to do something. You have to rise up. You have to rise up. You have to get up from under the carpet and ensure that you do what is right. So many things are slipping under your feet, and things are when things get out of here, you will not. It won't be really good. Yes, it won't actually be good. So you have to stand up. You can continue to be like nobody. Where I mean, people respect you, your role you play in the society, the children you give birth to, they are all doing well. What's about you? What's about you? You see, so you have to rise up, leaders, do something. I don't know how far it is right now, but I'm not seeing nothing, and I think things need to be put in place. Yeah. So So that is it. We have a lot to talk about this afternoon. Yeah, God says you are on the rising. Chief, how you doing?
I'm good.
You look so energized.
Yes, and that what comes with the job.
Yeah, so and I like your passion. I admire your can you please take it? It's causing
Okay.
feedback.
Yeah,
Are you tired of putting that on today? Because sometimes when you put it on, you look like a pilot.
I don't like the way it changes my voice.
No, the
Yeah.
makes your voice sounds so good. So I don't know whether you know that you have a very nice voice.
I don't know that except you tell
I've
me.
been your secret admirers have been telling me, but I've been refusing to also
You
tell
want to
you.
tell me some? You want to name some of those secret admirers?
You want to go
I've
after
been in
them?
search of
You want to
them.
go after them?
I've been searching of them all along. I don't see all the secret admirers I called yesterday were all males, and I told
No,
them
no,
go to
those are
hell.
my admirers. They were when they
No,
coming
well,
from
why are
now.
they calling my number? Let me
I
call your
mean,
number.
so you
Hmm?
announce your number. So
Why a male must be secretly admiring a male?
no,
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 come
no,
on.
no, please, not them.
Eh?
No, not them. These are my or those are secret admirers of me that just were so
So
they were
please
so
tell
brave.
your secret admirers to call your line. I don't lie.
No, I don't need them to call me.
Hmm?
That's what they say
I'm not in
secret.
the business of passing ball for someone to score here.
The last time
Where?
you ate something on my behalf.
Where?
You got to stop, Chief.
Where?
You promise some.
In Tanya?
Yeah. Oh. Hi, yeah.
No, 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 no.
When I think back off.
No. On your behalf, I don't represent you. How? I'm not like Princess Usa who represented you today or
Oh,
proxy for, I don't
princess.
proxy for you. You proxy for me. Hmm?
Yeah, Chief. How you doing? How was it night? You went home so early. When you dropping off, so I expected you to be home in 2 hours time. But I heard that you were home around 12.
No, I had to go home early yesterday because I had to provide some supervision to the kids at home.
Okay.
And yes, I had a very fruitful meeting with a good friend of mine in the community. And we encourage ourselves to continue doing what we love to do best in the interest of the Republic of Liberia. And yeah, so that's how. And I didn't know that it's good to leave Pinsville early.
Your first time home.
Yes,
That's a
because
wonderful
there
experience.
is a stopping point midway, and it brings together all the level-headed people from Burrowville coming to town for work, and everyone stops there. So I even saw David Kuti there last night. He was sitting with a lady. I can't
No, no,
tell you.
I won't say I can
I,
believe it,
I
but
can't
my best
I
thinking be up
can't
by that
tell you
time.
who the lady was, but they were sitting in close proximity.
As like couples.
No, but they were sitting in opposite direction. The lady was drinking a bottle of Guinness Stout, and he was drinking a bottle of clear water, pure water,
Oh,
which was completely opposite what the lady was drinking. He told me he can drink alcohol. He used to drink Shintao, but I don't know whether he still continuing. But Princess
yeah.
Peace here, good afternoon. How are you? No, please punch your voice. I'm not here for that, please. Good afternoon.
Nobody here for that in the
Where are you?
afternoon. Right now the sun very hot. So please wait. Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah. Okay, let me try this way.
Yeah, try that one.
You there? Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
it's good now.
Good. 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 Look at the glass, the transparent glass.
You can see
see
me?
the two of us.
You can see me?
Smile,
You can see my eyes?
smile a little bit. Gain your strength. Gain your confidence. How are you?
Okay,
You
sound better.
look smart. Today you were at the foreign ministry today, the seat of the implementer of Liberia's foreign policy. The president is the chief architect. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs interprets and executes the president's foreign policy. You were in the Cecil Dennis auditorium named after the Minister of Foreign Affairs at the Minister of Foreign Affairs during the 1980 coup. And how did you feel? By the way, before coming to you to ask you who did you represent and what did you go for?
Well, it was a pleasure being there.
Your voice is
It
going
was
down
a
again.
pleasure being
Uh-huh.
there and sitting among the dignitaries and other high women,
High
profile
profile.
women.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an honor. It was an honor being there.
So what was it? What were you there for? Attending what?
It was about, or it's about the women's situation room
Mm-hmm.
that having a 3 day workshop on women political mediation and peace dialogue.
Okay. So
Yeah,
what did you grab from there?
yeah. Today the workshop, or let me say the training, was all about all the dialogue. Today we focus on the challenges the journalists and the security faced during the just ended presidential election.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
So
wanna.
this is this situation room. Do they have a lock to the door where it's all about women affairs? How does a women's
Well, well,
situation
when
room?
when I was there today, it looked more practical, like they are unlocking some doors
Mm-hmm.
that women face in the society,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they discuss much more about challenges. Mainly today was actually focused on the challenges the journalists and joint
So
security
tell
face.
me now, you're in
Hmm.
a field, and there's a yes, you've experienced some challenges. So tell me, what are some of the challenges that were discussed at the event?
Yeah, some of the challenges, especially Micah spoke, and what the journalists face is, firstly, he said, or firstly has to do with the financial issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for journalists to get themselves from here, there, or to the rural part
Mm-hmm.
to get news that was affecting the electoral process at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one has to do with capacity building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, journalists lacking capacity building. There is not much, and structure or facility to that
Mm-hmm.
to help the journalists to know better or to ask better questions. And then um, he also spoke about, oh, I pray and I
Yeah,
forget.
I mean, leave
Did
out
you
and
take
just
did you
Yeah,
take
okay.
note? Did you take note?
Yes, I
y-
took it.
yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, okay, in your own word, what you've experienced over the time. I mean, I don't know
Like,
how many years you spent there. You're not like some of us that spent 30 years. When you looking at me like that, and the city,
You better keep
the
fun.
rest of them can be looking at PY So they still gonna look. So tell me, some of the challenges you as a practitioner you can point at
yeah, maybe one I could look at is the challenges of finance. Yeah, that
money.
was, yeah, that was
Money
It's not
to
money
pay
for us.
pay your way to go to whom or campus
for
or which one?
for from one police station to another
No,
police
that was
center.
the election. That's a
Yeah, that's what it was all
post
about.
Oh,
election.
That's
okay, I see.
that was the discussion.
Okay, post.
Oh, so
Yes.
that night you found it difficult from one point to the other, right? Well, I gave you padang. What did you do with the padang?
You see,
I used
I'm making ya.
stop it.
I gave you padang. Oh,
Chino to you, but
I gave, oh my
Auntie,
goodness.
they're going to talk.
yeah,
Oh,
and
I'm gonna
then they
leave
also
it.
talked about
Don't try, but I
the
try. Yeah.
challenges to the security also faced
You
during
want to talk
that time.
about it too?
Yeah, because that was the both thing that was discussed today.
Okay, yeah,
The
okay,
security and the journalists during the time of the
okay, talk about it.
yeah,
Hmm. And what you grab from there?
I grabbed from there was the logistics to get the joint security from one precinct to another precinct, or police station to another police station, and then the same financial aspect.
I mean, The money made in the country is the biggest problem.
Yeah,
Let me just say
one of
one
the
of the
biggest
biggest
problems.
problems.
Yeah, and because some of them flag out
Mhm.
had they never had. I don't know if I should say this, but they never had transportations
I mean, they don't have transportation.
or
No,
even
but
pat downs or something to leave
to
at home.
eat, to eat, to
Yeah,
even live
even
at home.
And you
sleeping.
know, a police officer kept calling me.
Yeah.
He was deployed in Cape Mount.
Mhm.
And the first round, up to the end of the first round, he had not received a dime. He came back to Morovia. They were again processing them for redeployment for the second round. And he kept calling me, kept calling me. I told him, I said, my brother, this thing, where it has reached now, and he should be listening, where it has reached now, man, these people who are responsible to disburse this fund, they will not listen. Either you be held for abandoning your post or you just play the role as a patriotic citizen.
Yeah,
But you're not going to get anything out of these people.
you talk
I was
about
just talking to
Mhm.
a youth development actor
Okay.
just before we came on, and he said, man, all these outlets for vocational training, a high profile finance ministry official told him that youth development was not a priority. So the money sent by the donor community was redirected for another thing.
Hmm.
So that was the moment we were in. So I had to tell the police officer, either you be held for abandoning your post or you play the patriotic role to just go and sacrifice.
So,
Imagine going outside of your home
yeah,
to
mhm.
sacrifice,
yeah,
leaving nothing behind and you're expecting nothing ahead. So those were some of the sacrifices that security personnel made.
yeah.
Yeah,
And it was
in the media, please don't.
But
Yes,
she talked
she,
about the media, but wait on, wait, you want to put words in my mouth?
I beg you, man. Do have me.
Yes, but
Yeah,
some
man.
media organizations face the same thing,
yeah,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
yeah,
Face the same thing, and I can brag about it. I spent personal money to get some of you guys out,
sure.
right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, gotta agree to that
Mm-hmm.
because this is the same sacrifice I was telling the security personnel to do,
Yeah.
right? Because we were caught in the middle of a national event. Anything less than demonstration of patriotism, you be seen as, I mean, labeled or characterized differently. So, and 2029, we have a midterm election and a presidential election. But then, by that time, you guys would have been grown up now. You guys could even be the one executing media policy, yeah, wheresoever you want to, you could find yourself. So yes, sorry about that.
Yeah,
What happened during the election? But some of these fora are good for you to be attending.
yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah,
also talk about the relationship between the police and the media.
Mhm.
Some were good and some were not called for, and they also talk about that also.
But you
yes,
experienced anything? You saw anything like journalists being brutalized by
I watched
security?
it on back of the online institution where few police officer or immigration hit on, I think, a guy from the
During the
LBS,
elections,
yeah,
right?
during the election, LBS, a
Okay.
fellow from LBS, yeah, was
those were overly exuberant. Those some of them are they were. I'm sorry to say, some of them were party police officers. I know
they
a
also talk
senior
about.
police officer who told me
Mhm.
that his boss, allegedly the former IG, told him, "Hey, you don't have a job if UP does not win. If CDC won a second round, you don't have a job. Just pray that we don't win. If we win, I mean, I'm talking about a senior police officer. So that's how security institutions went into politics openly.
Yeah,
You know, and I know, and I don't have to tell you that an EPS officer was seen with rifle, with weapons and automatic weapon, with in party T-shirt.
mhm,
Today, I made contact with someone who is very close to that officer. The president tells me that officer is so much regretting why he had to do that. You cannot remove the photo from the internet. It is there for good. Every time he goes there and sees
sure.
himself, it becomes a trauma for him. So and what the guy told me, some of these people were forced into what they were doing and what they did. Unfortunately, some of them could not refuse because they were caught within a fray.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Tomorrow it continues, right?
Yeah. Tomorrow continues about the youth, and let me just say like disadvantaged youth,
Mhm.
like Zogos, what bring about violence and how to get rid of it.
So
I really get problem you referring to those people at
that's
disadvantage.
why it's in court.
No, but they now put it in court. Who told you these people are disadvantaged?
Some
They
of
are not
them
Eh?
disadvantaged, but they refer to themselves as that.
know that the society is
Yeah.
referring. I
Society
mean,
refers to them as disadvantaged. They're not disadvantaged. I've always
no,
gave
don't generalize it,
example.
Chief. Don't generalize it.
What no there's no madman went and take drug to take it to get himself intoxicated. Everyone who went there to take that thing
They were
that
sad that
turned
time.
them into what they are today, they went with their five senses correct.
That time, yeah.
Well,
Five senses
they went
correct.
with their five senses, and some of them, went into it due to peer pressures.
Yeah.
But peer pressure is not a source of disadvantage of
See,
condition or status.
you know why? I like us to be very careful with our choice of words, how we discuss these issues, because anyone can get affected.
Well, come on.
Anyone can get
Yeah,
affected.
don't get me wrong. And
Yes.
don't get me
So
if
peer pressure,
I even
peer
find
pressure
it
is
difficult.
something that
I find it difficult to believe. I got a very close cousin of mine who is in similar condition. We started school together. We slept together. We ate together. And this cousin was seriously involved into the DDRR program. Got scholarship to go to the polytechnic. He did not do it. He started to go the trading arm. The more arm you bring, Omeo will buy it, give you cash. Still that person went into narcotic intake, then you want me to refer to him as disadvantaged?
So the thing here is that
No, you're not waste our time
peer
here, man.
pressure leads to most of, and there are factors that lead to to these guys going to take in drugs and stuff like that. Number one is peer pressure. Sometimes they friends, your children, the young ones in your family, or in a community, the people they
Yeah.
interact with,
That's why they say
they play.
community has impact.
Yes,
So
the people they
I'm not
interact with,
denying
the
that.
friends they interact with, the school they go to,
I am
and
not
I
not denying
Chief,
that.
you got a lot of audience here. We interviewed them.
Yes.
And they'll tell you, say, yes, I did not even want, when I went there, I wanted to cry. Most of them say, I don't even want to see myself here, but how can I get from here? Peer pressure.
Man.
And that's something that we have to talk about, because let me tell you, you can, my mother used to say something, you can say your child is fine.
Fast
Eh,
one.
Yes. But don't talk about the issue of character, because when they are in front of you, they are different. When they go out, they are completely different. They will be so quiet in front of you. They will be so nice in front of you. When they go out, when you hear one word come from them, you never even think that they come from that home that teaches moral values. So I like us to be very careful, because
So
myself
for
too.
me, in my opinion, you're safe to say peer pressure drove them into this one.
Yeah.
But you're not safe with me to tell me they're disadvantaged. You're not disadvantaged.
No, some of them. That's how I say we should not generalize
Generalize
it.
it.
The reason why we should not generalize it, because some of them are actually disadvantaged.
The reason why I said some are not disadvantaged, I mean, they are not disadvantaged. Man, everyone had their five senses. You know what's good for you.
And
You know what's good for you.
Chief, I agree with
Let
you.
me tell you. Let me tell you. By you seeing disadvantage, you are limiting God's or status of not being limited.
I don't understand.
The point I'm telling you is that God gave you that intuition, that natural self resistance.
Okay.
You should be able to identify whether something is good for you.
Okay.
I've not.
Yeah, you the one the moderator. So let me hold it right about resistance, right?
Yeah.
There are we are made differently. The situation that will come and break you down will come to me, and nothing will happen to me. I keep strong and moving. So there are some
Okay, so but if you break down, you should be a human to identify, to know that you've broken down and you can recuperate.
Yeah, that's it. There
Yeah.
is something that inside of you that needs to tell you, say, "Oh, I can make it. I can." And that's the courage most of them have. If I go back to to those audios right now, there's some of them are saying, "I want a Tobert." A Tobert is down there in Soul Clinic, and Soul Clinic right around in District number 3, and saying your mother is in the Netherlands.
So how is that man a
And
disadvantage?
he understand, and he
Huh?
went with a friend out. That was in
A
2001.
great grandson of a former president with all these
Yes.
properties in town here.
So that's what I'm saying. We should not generalize.
And I know a guy who is one of the worst drug taker at Logie Town or Seymour. He is a shareholder in a property left behind by his father.
So he's
he
not
received his
disadvantaged.
regular share.
No, he's
He received a regular share whenever the renter is paid. This man uses it to buy drug, and at the end of the day, if he runs out of money, he goes to wash vehicle and he looks all sloppy. How is this man a disadvantage?
Okay, so what is disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
Yeah. So let's look at it on your phone there, and let's get it. The very simplest.
No, you look at it. You wear your phone.
No, my phone is there. I would like to use your phone.
All right.
I'll give you
I
one.
gave you away, and Sama, you my teacher. Disadvantage. We use a computer. We not use my phone. Yeah, disadvantage. What are you? Eh?
I'm sorry. Sir.
Yeah, Joseph.
Yeah.
Joseph, please. Joseph, please. Yeah, you can call and chip in on this matter. You are a youth developer. Disadvantage, an unfavorable circumstance or condition that reduces the chances of success or effectiveness.
Okay.
Condition that
Reduces
the chances of
success.
Success.
But that's it. Or effectiveness.
Uh-huh.
So that means what you are supposed to be producing, what you supposed, the kind of contribution that you're supposed to be making,
Joe?
the kind of successes that you're supposed to be.
Joe, are you there? Okay, Joe, at the let's hear you. This debate came spontaneously, even though it's not lined up. Magdalene got a way of drawing people into unnecessary debates. Yeah, so I don't know when she started disagreeing with me. It's getting too much. Yeah, Joe, let's hear you.
See, you're looking for Joseph, don't.
Huh?
Yeah, please, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Because of my mm-hmm.
This is the advantage of a thing, but my sister, I know your father very well. He's a man that conducts himself. And what would the office of the vice president 2006 briefly? This old man, this year, is, I don't know what adjective to use. But at the same time, you have people today that listen, they have the opportunity in the whole world. They decide to go the other way. What are you talking about? And like a lot of young people, they gain some time like this from, maybe some of the needs of the parents. And this is why sometimes I tell people, you give me for a free, I don't want to be a politician. Even if you say you carry me there free without spending a dime. Because sometimes, it's only by God's grace. When you get yourself involved in certain things, it casts on your children, because the Bible said, God said that I'm a jealous God who visited the pain of the father from the children up to the 10th generation. A lot of things happening, and we just have to be very careful.
Okay.
It's not about disadvantage. Disadvantage to what? Disadvantage to what?
Thank you. You left your home sound with all your 5 sentences.
So, Chief, I want to go back. Yeah.
You dealing with the subject matter. Go ahead.
No, sir. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Okay.
People that were reading up on this, I'm proud to say today we have more than 50 of them that are already graduated with PhD.
Okay.
This is why sometimes we always appeal to government. We need to look into this empowerment.
Okay. That's awesome. Thank you, Chief. Mm.
I mean, the type of company you keep,
Yeah.
it can be accomplishment in life.
Yeah. 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 Your network.
Yeah, no, it's clear. No, it's your network is clear.
no. I'm talking about
Joe,
your association is your network.
Your network. Thank you so much.
Your network is a network.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so
The
much.
people you associate with
Thank
will
you
determine
so much.
who you are. That's what I want to say.
Yeah. After who? Mm-hmm. Men are running after others. So that one girl say involved into peer pressure now. Peer
All right.
pressure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Man, this is I don't know how to call it. This example you gave, it just struck the camel's back. Thank you so much, Joe.
Chief, you always want to be right. You always want to be right. You see?
Let's take orange.
No, we're going to take orange.
We taking orange.
We're going to take
Where are
orange.
you?
Orange is a big chest. Princess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Princess, thanks for agreeing with me.
Princess, serious.
I have not said anything.
Princess, you agree with anything. Look, let me tell you, on this platform, you come here, you agree with everything else.
Oh,
I'm the female.
No, you said it's like woman supporting woman.
Of course. Yeah, that's what
I
you have to
support
do.
you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you
Great
for
how your friend I was supporting
you
him.
see,
Yeah.
So thanks for the representation today, and we hope to be there tomorrow together. And I think if I have the time, I will join you.
Okay.
And then on Friday too, if I have the time to. But if not, I mean, you can still continue your stuff.
Okay.
all right. So
It's like what the dialogue princess to do. You got the hair, the gold hair, the gold color, the dress, the chin, and everything set.
Not really.
Which one is not really?
I wasn't.
Okay.
I wasn't
Okay.
a
So
dialogue
you will be
you
joining me. You will be joining me soon. We have another meeting to attend soon.
Okay.
Just a few minutes from now.
No problem.
okay. All right. Okay. Let me see you. Yeah, there's international call. They will talk about. Yes.
Somebody wants to participate.
Yeah, you want to participate? Yeah, what's up? Where are you calling us from? I'm not from the United States. Let's hear you. You want to participate on this topic? What's your name? Thank you for agreeing with me. Thank you for agreeing with me.
Oh no. They just allow him to make his contribution. Then after, as soon as they drop the land, they
So
can.
so you agree with Magdalene?
So
Oh my God.
you have the issue of poverty.
Mm-hmm.
One of the outliers that contribute towards someone being disadvantaged.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
Failed to establish the government inability to provide the environment for the survivability of.
Mm-hmm.
So all of those factors contribute towards the fact that there are people who are disadvantaged. So being disadvantaged necessarily doesn't mean that you take your box or you are a drug addict.
So I partly agree with you. What's your name first, please? Okay, Sarah's familiar. Yeah, Sarah's, but I partly agree with you in the sense that disadvantage is not only used on drug abuse, right? But I agree with you that drug addiction is not just about disadvantage, but where you say these people are disadvantaged, man, I just gave you a couple of examples. Eh? How will a Tubber today tell me a grandchild or great grandchild of a William R. Tubber Jr., former president, tell me that he or she is disadvantaged? That's why got him in drug abuse. You have to stop this thing here, man. What this? Yeah, go ahead, Cyrus. Let me just make the announcement. The person who calling on this line, you don't have to call on this line. The call is international. Every time you call, it will cut. Don't call on this number. Let Sarah finish, then we open the line. Don't call. Yes, Sarah, go ahead.
So another thing is probably not just because of only the person having access to money or access. We also have to look at the issue of upbringing. So upbringing, that's one thing too that contribute towards that. And besides that, when policymakers are making these policies, they look at the number, they look at quantity. So it could be true that there are some that may not be disadvantaged because the parents are wealthy people, but majority of those who are on drugs and who have been disadvantaged because of the lack of government will to provide an atmosphere for people to thrive, to provide a social safety net. Those are issues that make people disadvantaged, and poverty plays a major role to that. Then the issue of job creation. So if I wake up and probably have my children, and I'm not able to provide ends meet for my children, psychologically, I'm not stable. What happens? I will decide to go and do education, other stuff. I will put me at risk,
But that is what makes you a half human. My argument here is you've got a natural resistance.
But the thing is, your level of coping skill should not be compared to John Brown level of coping skill.
No, but the two of us got intelligence that what you take it is killing you, you should stop it. Eh?
So do you mental health also contribute towards that?
No, but no, I'm telling you that there is no one who is mentally ill that has gone to start taking drugs in this place. Everyone, those who are involved went with their five senses correct.
But was under some pressure.
What kind of pressure? You see example of what it's doing to another person. Eh? It's like somebody. It's, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so the issue is how many access to. It's not everyone who and how to manage. Because, for example, somebody was working in an environment where somebody was working, you think the person will leave the work and get to or go to drugs.
Yes. Yes. Some people are doing it. So some people are doing it, and these are the people I'm telling you. Don't call them disadvantage. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. A well-up guy. He had a friend, and his friend eavesdropped or listened to a gossip that his son was going astray. This guy is well off. This guy called his friend and told him that this is what I heard in the taxi cab or in the drinking spot where they're discussing your son, that this is what he's doing. So this guy said, well, if I discuss it in a family place, they'll think I'm trying to exacerbate. Please come and join my family and say what happened in the presence of the guy who was being discussed. So that guy went and did it. And the mother of the child did not like what the guy did. And then she started to add indifferent to the guy who brought the news to them. Today, the latest news is the son of this well-off family is in the street smoking. How can that man be disadvantaged?
Yeah, but please, just go to where you guys usually get together and do a survey and see how many of those who are in that particular location, how many of those are rich parents or parents provide.
Let me tell you, Saros. It is this quest for irresponsible freedom that has led to most of these young people getting into what they're in today. Irresponsible free, don't want to be supervised. That's all. We've seen poverty. We've seen extreme poverty. My farm is located to a gold mine, where a huge consignment of drug is taken. But those who are taking it, some of them make up to $50,000, $60,000 every 3 days in gold sale. Is that poverty? So why send the money they make it? Why they can't use it to live their bad habit? They even getting worse. So how do I call that man a disadvantage? The man who makes a grain of gold is now $51 on the Liberian market, and this man produces 3 grand every 2 other days.
Mm-hmm.
The money is paid to him. How much is $50 right now? It's around 10,000, right?
Yeah, 10.
This man made $30,000 every 3 days, but he has not been able. Yeah.
I want to ask you this question: how many guys are in a go farm or taking
Go farming. They get farm for go.
opportunity to have lectures or education on issue of management?
Which management?
How to manage whatever resources that you get.
Oh,
So you see, I want you to let's open our mind on the factors.
look, let me tell you. Unfortunately, I'm not a supporter of the former Philippines president, Duterte, who cracked down on drug abuse. At the end of the day, he went and started abusing human rights. He was accused of human rights when he said shoot on sight. But unless we can take a radical approach, I was so pissed off during the last administration when Senator Darius DeLong, as part of his campaign promises, built a mini transformational home for drug abusers. On the day of commissioning, no single government official attended because of his political background. This man gave money, $7,000 of his legislative engagement money. to the Ministry of Health, and it was given to Duporo for mental health treatment all in the place here. The Minister of Health, former Minister of Health, instructed the doctor to refuse the 7,500 only because it came from Darius Dillon, an opposition senator. My point here is, unless we can put aside our differences and attack this thing holistically with a radical point of, change, it's just going to be another mumbo jumbo. I'm sorry to say, Cyrus.
Yeah, he's agreeing, and we welcome you. We welcome his statement. So it actually disadvantage actually reduces the chances of success or effectiveness. So instead of you becoming effective, contributing to society, it reduces it, and
So let me tell you.
That's what make you a disadvantage.
Let me tell you.
So when you hear
a package of that narcotic drug, it's in Morovia, it's 400 for one. It looks like it looks a smaller one, like a small rack.
So
and this man takes it 3 times a day. That 1,200 before the day ends. Tomorrow morning he needs to start the day with it 400. So where, if he's disadvantaged, how is he getting the money?
So it's not only about money.
It's about what?
No, it's about reducing your
No, but you're using the word poverty.
No, but we're looking at
the extreme absence of cash or funds. Yes, Cyrus, what you saying, Chief?
No, it's not restricting the poverty. And in fact, how are these guys who are taking in, who are taking in drugs now, we consider them to be disadvantaged? How would they make family? How would they, cater to their family? How would they settle down? And we need money. Everyone needs money, but it's not only tied down to money. It's tied to, because successes are also different. You can be married. You say, okay, I'm successful. You have a car and
you can detach success from cash.
No, you cannot detach it. But we should look at success from different angles. You are making farm, and you say you want to become a successful farmer. So at the end of the day, you become successful. Someone is in the army, is a rich certain rank.
You're going to sleep without your disadvantage thing. So
you say you were in a discussion.
Cyrus,
so at the end of the day,
which of the states are you calling from, Cyrus?
We beat him.
Cyrus, thank you so much. The last time you told me to find an international line for your participation. Trust me, next week we will address that situation. But I appreciate your contribution. It adds value to the platform. Thank you so much, Cyrus.
Cyrus, I'm going to contact you. So we have the youth conversation coming up next week, so you can also form part of it, because these are all things I will be talking about. And on our list, we have peer pressure we're going to be discussing next week.
All right.
Okay, so I will text you.
Cyrus from New York. Take a break to be back. When we come back, we'll open the line. But this is coming up on tomorrow.
So, what they link? So I'm leaving now. Uncle come and put the show ends. I'm from Stephen. Princess and Agori.
During these periods, some of our compatriots who didn't deserve to die
paid the ultimate price as the leaders fought for supremacy in the name of social justice, equal opportunities, and reckless quest for political power. April 6, April 12, and April 14 is April again in Liberia. We will not forget. State of the Nation brings you a 2-hour documentary, the memories of those that laid down the lives for the common good of Liberia we have today, with the actual voices of some major players dead or alive. This documentary gives additional meaning of our oneness as a nation. Join Chris and Madeline for this well-packaged production on Wednesday through Thursday from 3 p.m. Tonight. Don't miss our State of the Nation. We send you a job now. For 5 minutes radio online presentation, which brings the analysis of Liberia close to the problem. It gives an in-depth analysis of activities and issues of the armed forces of Liberia as an undisputed force for group. This informative and educated presentation will be held once a week with a repeat on various radio and online stations. We will be your host, Major Stephen Tortata and Major El Durami Nati. Coming from armed forces today in most Pakua, don't miss out. For the 5 minutes radio and online presentation, there is the answer of Liberia, also the problem. It gives an in-depth analysis of activities and issues of the armed forces of Liberia as an undisputed force for group. This informative and educated presentation will be held once a week with a repeat on various radio and online stations. Will be your host, Major Stephen Tortata and Major El Durami Nati. Coming from armed forces today in most Pakua, don't miss out. Start subscribe by my $1 to 50 minutes on on the same dollar, 500 points of data. 24 hours. Enjoy using the best mobile certified by a second time in a row. Visit our website www.orange.com.lr or information brings you closer to what matters. Start eating and subscribe by my orange app. $1 gives you 50 minutes on impulse, 5 minutes off impulse. On the same dollar gives you 500 megabytes of data, valid 24 hours. Enjoy using the best mobile network, certified by Ookla second time in a row. Visit our website www.orange.com.lr or call 111 for more information. Brings you closer to what matters. Orange. business around the country enjoy affordable gigabytes that start from $9 for 10 gigabytes value 30 days to $59 for 125 gigabytes value 30 days. There's a package for everyone. Enjoy using the fastest speed internet. It brings you closer to what matters. Orange Fusion Bundle. Enjoy picture unlimited calls, unlimited up to 50,000 hours per day and month. Start to subscribe. Visit our website on www.orange.com.lr or call 111 for more details. It's all about what matters to you. For more concepts of single language voice historical video overseas as for managers still Islam that's last November that's April 12th go to this April 12th that week the tension that was supposed starting they have raised the level of torture. The Liberian capital Monrovia over the weekend, and apparently with an announcement that life pledges were to be increased. People came out onto the streets on Saturday and Sunday, went on the rampage. By the police tried to disperse the crowd, they opened fire, and a number of people have been killed. Monrovia was under a nighttime curfew. Some of our compatriots who didn't deserve to die paid their own price as the leaders fought for supremacy in the name of social justice, equal opportunities, and relentless quest for political power. April 6, April 12, and April 14. This April again in Liberia, we will not forget. State of the Nation brings you a 2-hour documentary to the memories of those that laid down their lives for the common good of Liberia. Have today with the actual voices of some major players dead or alive. This documentary gives additional meaning of our wonders as a nation. Join Chris and Madeline for this well-packaged production from Wednesday, April 3rd from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Don't miss our State of the Nation. We'll send you a agenda.
Seventeen minutes, 17 minutes are up to 4 o'clock. At 4, we will bring our panelists on the agro segment as we've done every Tuesday on this platform. Today, we're going to be talking about the creation of a cooperative society. And that is, if as a matter of fact, the registrar general of the cooperative development agency, Lapu Kanaka, took office yesterday. We will try to interspice her statement with the on the show so that the folks can participate on it. We're talking about Dr. Fala and Abina Abedi in Ghana, a Ghanaian woman who is involved in value chain addition of commodities in Ghana is going to form part of the discussion. So now, let me see what this caller is trying to say. This is State of the Nation. Is nearly. No, let me see. I have to check the time from 3. Okay, it's 3:48 actually. 3:48. Yes. What you say, Chief? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Mr. Chris, how are you?
Yeah, please go ahead. What you say, Chief?
Yeah. For today, sir, I really agree with you on that disadvantage war about those children or men that are on the street. There are many of them. There is a war that you use. Many of them don't want to go under parental care.
Yeah. So that is it. That is a problem. That is a problem. They caught when we're in high school. At SEA High School, we used to refer to it as irresponsible freedom. They don't want to be supervised, so they get in the street. Yeah. My man, stop playing for all this serious matter. Why you can't street the whole Maserati? What's your name? What's your name? Robert, let's get go on. And because of the addiction, they will take one nut in the morning, they will take one in the afternoon, and take one in the evening because it is like 3 to 4 hours interval. By the time those hours are exhausted, your system will be calling for it. If you don't do it, you get the worst of your life. Yes.
Some people, few people that have been on the street, but some of them, majority of them, they don't want to be supervised by their parents. That's the reason.
Poverty.
If you talk about peer pressure, talk about all the things that you have to make your mind. You see the man taking in this thing, and you don't see nothing coming out. You who's saying that you know people, and this person, you don't see nothing coming from them. That is not what you do, and you can't do with the job that you let the book and become malnourished. Then you also become malnourished. Then the peer pressure.
Yeah. We'll be calling you next week to give us the meaning of that English. We'll find different English. Let me take this caller. Hello? Yes? Yes, let's hear you, Patrick.
Yeah, thank you. In the street sometimes when I hear anything, I want to move for in the ear, or nobody there to help you.
Yeah.
Nobody there to help you. Who carry you there? Who carry you there? For me, people who are responsible and get the money are people who are they are here or out and also to but now the people who are pushing, who are number, they were I left at Korea, I asked everybody who were going to school, some of them are very
My man, no lazy man, like the first caller said, no lazy man can go from place to place iron metal sheet in bag and have it on their shoulder and walk throughout the day instead of lazy. They're not lazy. I bought a light bulb. I bought yeah. Yeah, okay, thank you. You know, I bought a very huge LED bulb. Huge LED bulb. I don't like small thing. Huge LED bulb. And it will brighten the entire front view of my house. One of these days, we were going on the farm. Somebody went to the house and cleaned and unscrewed the bulb. Just along the way, the person sat down and bust up the bulb, and the white element in it, like powder, you could see the fingerprint inside the bulb that's scraping it. And then somebody told me, say, this is some of the things they can go and smoke. Listen to some of the voices. These are the people you call disadvantaged youth. This is a great-grandson of former President Richard Tolbert, the man who left several properties behind. And you know, that's disadvantaged youth. The man walked from his parents' home. Yeah. Hello? That's here, you, Chief.
There is no way to polish this particular thing.
Hey, sorry, I need to do this disclaimer. Madeleine has left the studio and gone to attend a meeting. She's not here. So I'm here alone, yeah. Well, that one you can call and ask her now.
I think you are simply saying there is no other alternative. But these people, like many scholars have said, Uncle Chris, these are young brothers and sisters of ours who are in the right senses. They were in the right senses from the onset when they could distinguish between the bad and the evil. Look, Uncle Chris, some of these guys, they were going to school, fully focused from the onset. Their parents are fighting to make ends meet for them. But some of these guys will even go to school in their uniform, go to the classroom, and then go to support this particular habit. At the end of the day, when you get used to this, then you fall prey to this particular thing, then you expect us to return to them and get the advantage. These same guys who can relate on this issue of putting things on their hair to sell. At the end of the day, when these guys get used to the drug, you see them throwing guys on their hair. If you have that guy to throw things down, why don't you remain in your right senses, take my hair, put it on your hair, and turn around? But you will see these guys, once they get used to this thing, they do their own around the street. No, it's not the issue of disadvantage. It's about these guys realizing what is right and what is wrong.
I saw a lady is in a community. I don't want to name. I don't want to name her, but she's in Buroville because we've repeatedly filed complaint to the police. Well, it's no action taken. This woman, and I like her. She got a single daughter. That daughter comes every weekend to collect money to go to school in town here, one of these universities. And the last time I called, I saw one of them. When the movement comes and they're driving to go to this lady to go smoke. So I stopped one and I say, look, let me tell you something. This woman you're going to, I know she got a daughter. This daughter comes every weekend to collect money to go pay school fees. The money you carry in that age, she using to pay to educate. And he stood there for long. He said, bro, you hard to say, oh, you hard to say. You imagine, I thought just by saying that, I would have turned this man around. He said, it hard to say. And he got on the motorbike and move on. You want to pay for it and move on. I've always wanted to battle against our lady. She don't man her. She Sheikh Sano. Sheikh, if you're in the newsroom, please come. Let's talk a little bit about Ramadan as we climax. Please, Sheikh Sano, a member of the intellectual class of District Number 2. Sheikh Sano, an opinion leader. Sheikh Sano, where are you? In the News and Current Affairs Department. Come, let's talk. How many more days left? Let me see. My research tells me that Muslims are required to fast, yes, on each of the 29 to 30 days of Ramadan, if unable to fast charity or fasting days outside Ramadan may surface. I'm trying to get the countdown. How many more days left? Yeah. How many more days? How many more days? Okay, I'll find it here. Got April 9. Tuesday, next week Tuesday will be April 9, and this is the day our brothers and sisters in the Islamic faith will say goodbye to this year's month of Ramadan. And Sheikh, where's Sheikh now? So as we prepare to go to the agro segment, I'd like to play this one for all Muslims in the one of our voices this afternoon. This is for you. Take the last call. Yeah. Oh, hello? Yes. Princess, what fish you got to fry in this oil? What fish do you have to fry in this oil? We've defeated you people already. Look, my friend, don't can reinvent this wheel. It's over. You people can carry. You got a bloody nose. You can carry your defeat on our side. You can carry your defeat on our side. It's over. It's over. No, you were here all the times were allotted to you. You didn't get your side when you in the noise. See you guys, man. Y'all have fun. Enjoy yourself. Yeah. We take the last call. Hello? Yeah, let's hear you. You are the last caller. Golden Puppet, what happened? All the appointment, your Nina there? All right, a front effort. You better talk on this subject matter. Let's go. All right, front effort. You. Amen. I saw it. I will take it there. Yeah.
going to improve.
Okay. All right.
What we want to tell the government is to look on that to war and see which one will be able to build us a rehabilitation center so we can take it in.
Okay.
To do that, I mean, one population will go down and which will be some resources and result. There are certain group of see the sub the short company 300 of the sub say China will not go to work that day and stop the company. So maybe they will be good at building. So the best thing we can do is to call the government, maybe the consult funding the company to rehabilitation so that the thing can get out of the thing for more opportunity.
Thank you. That's the last caller. We have to go for another segment. We're coming to discuss food production in our country. Able, being able to feed ourselves. We can't take calls anymore. Time is fast spent. We take this musical break in honor of our Muslim brothers and sisters as they prepare next week to climax the month of Ramadan. Of course, from the fingertips of your humble servant, Ramadan Mubarak to our Muslim brothers and sisters. This is Hadi Shaban featuring Safia. Already, Dr. Falal is on. The man who is so passionate about food production in Liberia, totally different from his area of specialization. A medical doctor said food production is as important as health of humankind. And I'm going to be breaking my files in Swemeka District, Salita, Swemeka District, Bomi County, next Tuesday, 9 April 2024. And we say thanks for joining us. Let's take this commercial or this promo as we prepare to bring you April again in Liberia. We're in April. Today is the second day of April. remember April 6, remember April 12, remember April 14. We've packaged a documentary for your listening pleasure and an attempt to soberly reflect of what we've done to ourselves and the need to move forward as a country. This is courtesy of State of the Nation.
April 12th, Quotopless. April 12th. That week, the tension that was supposed to start it, they have raised the level of tension. April 14th. Trouble in the Liberian capital, Monrovia, over the weekend. Unanimously with an announcement that rights prices were to be increased. Okay, now on to the Saturday and Sunday, and went on the rampage. By the police to try and disperse the crowd, they opened fire, and a number of people have been killed and injured. Monrovia has been put under a nighttime curfew. During these periods, some of our compatriots who didn't deserve to die paid the ultimate price at their leaders' forward primacy in the name of social justice, equal opportunities, and reckless quest for political power. April 6, April 12, and April 14. This April again in Liberia, we will not forget. State of the Nation brings you a 2-hour documentary with the memories of those that laid down their lives for the common good of Liberia. Half today, with the actual voices of some major players dead or alive. This documentary is not a late for this well packaged production on Wednesday, April 3rd from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Don't miss our State of the Nation. We set the agenda.
So I can imagine how many persons will be tuning in, both on air and online tomorrow, as we take you to a journey of April, a day of sober reflection, beginning with April 6. We come to April 14, the build up to April 12, 1980, April 14, 1979. So let me leave that one and go strictly to Addis Ababa, who is sitting there. This man who is so passionate about food production, he is the one taking the lead on this segment. Dr. Fala, good afternoon to you. Dr. Fala, are
Good
you not
afternoon.
muted?
Yeah, I'm there. Sorry. Sorry, I was speaking muted. How are you?
Okay, I'm doing great, man. You look good. What, you cut the hair?
Yes, you made me cut my hair. I was so busy, I did not have the time for that week. But after you spoke, I will
Okay.
have to run to cut my hair.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. We expect Abina Abedi from Ghana. We are going to be discussing the importance of cooperative and the need to maintain. Already, the Minister of Agriculture spoke at the induction ceremony of the Registrar General of CDA, the Cooperative Development Agency, where he reiterated the president's call for the resuscitation of the Cooperative Development Bank, where farmers could go get money to finance their agro projects. We in April, we got a documentary coming out tomorrow. Since this is an agro segment, particularly April 14, 1979, the Rest Riot. Where were you?
Me? I was
Where were
there
you in
before.
April 1979?
I remember that day very, very well because I was in Douala. I was living in Douala and I was next to MRDI, sitting on the stairs when no guys were running and insulting Turbo Model and
You
like
can hear me?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
You can hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, all right. No, yes, you were in Douala. You said you were in Douala.
Sitting instead, a young kid, 9, 10, when the guys, I cannot forget that incident. The guys were walking and everybody insulting the president, mom. They put cursing the president. And then, like in 20 minutes, there was a big furniture shop before us. Those guys broke into that shop and looted everything. The Lebanese guys and whoever had to escape with Texas. So I remember that very well. April 14, 1979. It's like yesterday in my mind as a kid, sitting there and seeing violence.
So what were you doing? What were you doing in Douala? You gallivanting, or you went to sell, or something?
No. You know, we had just moved from Cape Mount to Morovia. And my father rented a house in Douala. I was sitting on the stairs. Later as a kid, seeing the guys walking on the main street. I think 2 weeks before that, or a month before that, I had gone with my father to the opening of New Georgia Estate. And I had seen Tobo. I had seen Tobo very close up. And I saw the guy insulting Tobo mom. I was very shocked. So the guys are insulting the president. Like in 10 minutes, violence erupted, decided to loot all the stores.
Yeah, sorry, we tried to adjustment, and we'll have to come back to this subject. I'm hearing myself.
Maybe it was
okay.
3 or 4 that evening. But I remember it's so weird.
You remember it so well. But here we are today.
The violence. People to be brave to insult the president and insult the president's mom. As a kid, it was like a shock to me.
Mm-hmm. It was shock to you. Myself, they still caught me in Lofa, 1979. Okay. What was that? 4-year, right? Yes, I was in 4-year then in school. Yes, and I remember my father joined the looting, and the only thing he had to loot was 5 pieces of cutlasses. And
my father too joined the looting later on, and I remember we were flocked for. My father brought some hens, tomato.
Your father joined the looting too?
Of course. And my father the next day, he brought him some hens, tomato. And my sister and I tried to eat it, and we were flogged for stealing the tomatoes. The canned tomato.
The tomato that was looted.
Yes, and then we
you tried to lick some, and then you were beaten.
Well, we licked half of it, and I remember us being flogged for looting from the looters.
Oh my God! Yeah, so that documentary is coming out tomorrow, and we hope that you have the time to listen. We got the actual voices of some of those major players, President Torbert, and some of the announcements that were made. I still got an audio where Community We said John Stewart and others were declared wanted, and anyone who could a bounty placed on their head, anyone who could identify, show where they are, they would have received a cash award, all of those things. Tell you a vivid moment in the executive mansion when President Torbert met the soldiers that eventually took his life. They told us what they did for corruption. But guess what? When they executed Torbert in their world for corruption, the troop that went to Bentor, they disappeared with Torbert's grip. The briefcase. The briefcase. So so it's almost like you and your people, your family people, they looted and you took the tomato and you were beaten. Then the soldiers said they came to eradicate corruption, but they did not account for Torbert's briefcase. Imagine that. Today we are here still establishing anti-corruption commission, still indicting people. If we fail to indict the international community, we do like America. Yeah. Are you there? Dr. Fala, can you hear me?
No, go ahead. I was just saying that suitcase. Yeah, I heard that the suitcase issue led to the breakaway between Thomas West. Yeah, can you hear me? I don't know
Yes.
why. You hearing me?
And I got video. I'll
Hello?
play the audio. Thomas Wesley is giving justification for the execution on the grounds of the execution. And listeners will be advised. Discretion will be advised tomorrow because some of the audio are very horrific. But we have to do this to remind ourselves. So this is agri segment 4. What's the time? 19 minutes after 4. We see her waiting. Abina. There we go. Dr. Fala, we still haven't exhausted on this, the creation or the importance of cooperative
Yeah.
financial banks, agricultural banks, that in our view will push Liberian farmers on another pedestal. I don't know how long it's going to take, but let's talk a little bit. The last time we had to abbreviate your appearance, let's talk a little bit on the importance of a cooperative bank.
Or she may not. But basically, we want to speak just beyond cooperative bank. We want to speak on agricultural cooperatives, the benefits, and what that will logically lead to. I've asked Abina to help us form a cooperative. The way she wants to do it, she will come on the show maybe 2 or 3 weeks, get feedback, provide education, and get feedback from Liberians. That will help her to form the organization the way we want it. Because what she said to me, Fala, I want this cooperative to be co-created with the Liberians. So we'll open the channel. She will come and be speaking for 10, 15 minutes, then get feedback, how the people, with education, how the cooperative to look. For example, there is a cooperative in Ghana with 20,000 members. There is a wheat cooperative in Ethiopia, 95,000 members. So her thought process is that she will come and talk to the people. I will start today, the benefit of agriculture or farmer cooperatives, what it does to individual farmers, how it is the basis for rural development. As you will know from our data, around 72% of our rural population are in extreme poverty, but it has been shown by research that cooperatives tend to increase prosperity in rural areas. So we speak to it, and then we hear from the public how we want to develop this cooperative. It will be a big umbrella cooperative, but the narrow goal will be to focus on rice as a pilot. So Abina will come for the next 3 weeks and we'll be all sharing with the audience and getting feedback. Organization as was suggested by Senator Tonola. So basically, cooperative as a whole benefits, while other country has shown how it works and all of that. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So before we go into the real discussion, let's hear from the Minister of Agriculture, Dr. J. Alexander Nuta, who graced the occasion yesterday at the induction ceremony of the Registrar General of the Cooperative Development Agency. Here we go. This is Dr. Nuta. Let's hear this one.
All right.
Okay, we're going to be looking at rice, cassava, maize. I don't know what this agriculture minister always like to say maize in Liberia. He's actually got used to the other way of calling corn. Instead of maize in Liberia, we say corn. So he has pledged government support. Interestingly, what he's saying, if it's anything to go by, they got a political will. They're going to fund the establishment or the resuscitation of a cooperative agency and banks as well. Now, let's go into our plan to establish what could eventually become Liberia's largest cooperative society. Let's hear you, Doc.
Okay, so what are cooperatives and what are the benefits of cooperatives? Some form of cooperatives, but it was not formalized. You and I grew up in the rural area. Our people are cool. Time for brushing, they go to your farm, they bring in, come and do the same thing. What is the
And
essence of
it's
that?
still
As we
existing, though.
build upon that,
It's
is
still
that one
existing,
person
though.
exactly is as old as our society. Because what you can do as a single person is multiply when you come together. So basically, cooperative people come together in a democratic function. They commit resources so that they can put together what they can do individually. In the case of our certain last week to speak on Ethiopia, Ethiopia is the largest producer of wheat, but their total production before the Ukraine war could not meet their demand. So they were depending on 50% of their wheat production from Ukraine. When the war started, it became threatening. So they decided they were going to go ahead with go in 3 years to become wheat sufficient and begin to export. In order to do that, they had to work through cooperative. Large cooperatives were formed, about 95,000 member cooperatives. So what are some of the benefits they had? First in the cooperative was the input, the supply side. Individual buying chemicals and seeds is found out to be difficult and expensive. That's one. Two, the way we do planting in Liberia until we have a cooperative, our father would plant the rice guard farm and save some of the seeds. But it has been established that if you use that kind of seed over and again, your yield goes down. So you need certified seed. And so what the cooperative did, they were able to work with a group called Agricultural Technology for Africa to give them seeds that are certified, that are resistant to diseases and can multiply. So by forming a cooperative, one thing you have done to yourself, because individuals are coming together, depending on their strength and supply, they can access supplies. Because they are buying together as a group, they can buy at a reduced rate. So one thing cooperative does is to make supplies of input available and cheaper to the people. When Abina came to Liberia, the first thing she showed was that the price of our input in Liberia was 10 times higher compared to Ghana next door. So that alone will not be able to. So becoming cooperative, because you are doing procurement, you can do the same thing cooperative does is the market. Most of our purpose suffer from middlemen. The middlemen go and buy from them at very reduced rate, and then come and they make 5-fold profits. What has been shown is that in cooperative, they can identify their market, they can put together. Other thing cooperative does, in the case of Ethiopia, was that they develop storage facilities. So at the time when the goods is in excess, they come together and they keep their goods. When the price gets favorable, they produce it. So the average farmer makes better money. So it's a democratic process. It's autonomous. It's not dependent on government. It brings together resources together and then improve ourselves on the supply side because they are buying together. They can buy to reduce rate. Imagine you have a cooperative like in the Ghana case, 20,000. Do you need Lebanese men to buy for the last, or you can order for your own container? Also, because you have the ability to pool your resources, you can do storage. What also cooperative does is that they can have access to information because we don't have information on weather, information on produce, information on what's happening in the international market. More besides, information on available grains. I think a friend of ours just talking this weekend. I said the difference between you, myself, and prosperity is information. Everybody is still pressing away from the information you need that will multiply your life, but maybe you just don't have it. So what cooperative does, it makes information available, information on farming practices, information on grains opportunities that are everywhere in the world, but they don't know it. The next thing cooperative does is services. How many of our people have access to do soil testing before they plant? How many of people know that it's important to do soil testing before you plant? How many of people have access to maybe, even if we want to say get machine, because mechanization is the way to go if we go to feed ourselves. It's not possible. Look at the case on what Mali did. Once the poor people come together and form cooperative and put down 20%, the government help them to get tractors and get irrigation. So again, services is critical, is provided because of cooperative. Resources are put together. But most importantly too is that education is provided in most cooperatives. They do education, because sometimes the reason why these someone are doing the same practices over and over again is a lack of education. In the case of Ethiopia, they want to introduce a new irrigation system. Many of the farmers were sticking to their old system, but by forming cooperative and doing peer learning, visiting other farmers' production, they were able to learn and say, "Oh no, I can increase my productivity if I modify." So you see, all of these benefits in this organization, it is based on your fund you pay, you can buy, you can increase your wealth. It has clearly been stated that rural development is driven by cooperative. Healthcare improved where people put their resources together for healthcare, and it also improved even on education. As I illustrated rice production in Mali, in a town, USAID put some money down to work with the women. The women were getting like one bag of paddy rice from 1.5 acres. By working with them, educating them, their rice production for an acre increased to 25 bags. And they showed that the downstream effect where they were better healthcare for the children and better education. So essentially, I begin to think about this kind of big cooperative, has got 20,000 in Ethiopia and 5,000 members. Imagine them coming together, putting legal resources together, having it coordinated across the counties. We have this cooperative working together, able to access loan, able to access grants, able to access farm machinery, because no single farmer can buy a tractor of his own. What they want. Very soon you begin to see the tractor begin. That's how we should do cool. If we are able to move tractors and machines to different farms at a different period, imagine how much we will do if we do that. Very soon we see the wealth of farmer going. So the way to go, like Chris said, is for us to go through cooperative. Also, we have bargaining power. So listen to that's advocacy piece, because there is numbers. That's the other point. The other thing that finally is that cooperative can reduce the risks. It spread the risk apart and it reduces risk. Ethiopia showed that the insurance was not and the risks were reduced. If you're a poor farmer and you borrow money before you start your farming and the soil was not good, the harvest was not good, you become very poor overnight. But by spreading the risks, you are able to be safe and the group is able to be safe. So we think the way we can go is to accelerate cooperatives. And the minister, when he spoke a few weeks ago, he spoke about supporting, encouraging cooperative. We need to see that happening. And when Tonola said that Abina will come subsequently, but we really want to push a big cooperative and think through all of these, but it's going to be a co-creation process. It's going to be all of us working together, showing interest. I probably will start and take questions, but I don't want to give this background that it has been demonstrated that cooperative help countries, help rural development, help government to achieve its goal. And I think Abina has joined the call. Thank you. I will stop so far and take questions or defer to my colleague Abina.
So we will have at least 5 to 6 minute interaction with Abina. Abina, it's good to have you. For a very long time, you've abandoned us, but we we managed through our benefactor to bring you back on, and you are here to stay now, because this is a serious matter. At least now, not pretend to speak as a government spokesman. There seems to be a political willpower if we should hold the Minister of Agriculture by his words, quoting the president. Abina Slipper. So we agree, as Dr. Fala said, we agree that we give more time to the public for the Q&A session. So we will do most of the some of the talking, but you, the public, will do more by the time Abina comes on. She had to do 1 or 2 adjustments. Yes. So the importance of cooperative, and Dr. Fala said it reduces risks, and then got a strong bargaining power. You will compete with foreign businesses, powerful foreign businesses, some of them who are individuals, and Sometimes if you're not mindful, you force them out of business. You gave an example of Ethiopia, 95 plus thousand member of a cooperative. And by the time they saw that the war was ravaging in Ukraine, they did some adjustment and began to increase their wheat production, their staple food. And they only did this as a result of forming themselves into a cooperative. And he went further down to simplify it by saying it is like a cool, what we used to do. You go on my farm, and then the same number of people went on my farm should go on another person's farm. By the time you make up your mind, everyone has farm that you can brag about for that farming season. The Minister of Agriculture or soundbite was played, reaffirming government's position to resuscitate the section. And Doug, before Abina comes on, in fact, she's on now. But let me ask you this question. Let me just give you this experience. Um, there's a bank here called Affilex First Bank. I don't know that's a pronunciation, right pronunciation. The farmers are crying in the hands of this bank that unless you are an elite, unless you ride a V8 SUV, when you go there, they're not going to. If they give it to you, is at 2% interest rate. Mind you, 2% times 12, that's 24 times the number of years my oil palm is going to get ready for harvest, 3 to 4 years. So imagine, they said, some of the farmers said they like enslaving them. I don't know whether there is any advice for this one as we prepare to take in Abina. Doc?
I said this last week. The way the situation we've created in Liberia, the environment is so unfavorable for small medium enterprises. But everyday politicians will write it, the pro. The first place they start. Who am I talking? I was talking to a very prosperous business fellow friend of mine. On Sunday, I went to this Yamini restaurant where the Muslim can break their fast. He invited me to go to breakfast with he and his family. 3 stories. So we were eating. He was telling me, say, Musoka, do you see the level of development that goes on Ethiopia? You see the number right beyond my house. 2 construction. You say every one of these constructions are funded through the banks with government support. Some of these constructions are funded individual Ethiopian with 25, 30 years. If you are a businessman, he was telling me the number of duty-free equipment. He was telling me, Musoka, why can't you open your lab in Liberia? You have duty-free equipment. You're telling me the kind of benefit, incentive. 95 to 96% of the prosperous people here are individual Ethiopian because the government makes banks available. I told you the story in Burkina Faso where the government is a collateral for 7 years. But you know what, Lola, bank, that's why you can't get loan. If you get loan, the interests are unfavorable. You want to start paying in 4 years, 1 year when it will take 4 years. So the first and foremost thing is to create favorable loan for farmers that are long. If we want to truly build small, medium businesses to build a middle class in Liberia, we can't make farmers to take loan and get poor from the day they take the loan. They have to have relaxed environment, rules and regulation. That's one. What the guys did in Benin was maybe the banks are risk averse. They don't want to split their money. So what the institute, where one cooperative did in Benin with the cashew farmer in Benin, they empower the farmers so they can reduce their risks, train them not to mismanage money. So, for example, you have longer way to take the loan, then this organization help you to reduce your risks, But the environment in Liberia is too unfavorable. That is, if you have a strong organization, if 10,000 farmers, 5,000 farmers across this country, our country decide to descend and say we want to see a change the way African behaving, either it changes or you leave the country, the government will have to listen. But we don't have that power. We have individual poor farmer in Foya, in Sanikole, in Tapeta, no voices, no one to talk for them. But if they come together as a group, I'm sure government will listen. But it's just, I would say, our environment for small, medium is unfavorable. Rwanda, if you start a business in Rwanda, you don't pay taxes for the first year. After that, until you can start making profit, you don't pay taxes. Even if you break even, all the government creating favorable business for their people. Meanwhile, every day we see the Lebanese and Indian getting loan, but our people can't get loan. We don't work with them, we don't support them. So I think our environment is just not encouraging. It just tell you the unfairness that we have in our country that has caused our country to be poor as it is for year in and year out because people with VA will not use the money, take all the loan out when the grant come, they give it to them, and the people that already need it. You think the burden will get on government to send all our children to school, the burden to provide health care. If we distribute wealth and strong family, you think they will get time, they will not send their children to private school? I went to
Yeah.
school from my parents selling okra. My mom and my dad would be in the okra garden. And I went to a boarding school with some of those questions and relative. With my mom, my pa selling okra. I'm a living witness. I know about okra planting because when I come from the mission, I joined my parents in the swamp. Many of my friends in shoe factory belt, they're over and sending to school from potato greens. You think if we empower these people to do good agriculture, it will depend on government school, government to send their children to school or healthcare? It's not possible. But we're shooting ourselves in the leg in our country over and again. Deprive these people access to get better agriculture so their wealth can be to themselves and they will educate their children. As a result, we get doctors and engineers in the counties who are languishing, who will never have their potential because we don't give them the power. We just have a wrong, terrible country with self-centered people who only think about themselves. Sorry, I'm a little bit angry now. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Sorry. Sometimes these kind of conditions get you angry. Abena, you keep coming on and going off. I hope you okay. And yes, you are on. Good afternoon to you. Can you hear me? Abena, are you there? You can hear me? Oh, what's going on? Abena, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear
Now
you.
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. How are you, ma'am? You're good? How are you?
Chris, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I'm asking you whether you are okay. Long time no see. Hope you good there in
I
Accra.
can hear you, Chris. Can you hear me too?
Yes, I hear
Yes, I
you.
can hear you. We can hear you.
It's good to have you on. I hope everything is okay with you in Ghana.
I'm
And
fine.
welcome
How are
back
you
to the
too?
platform.
I am well. How are you too?
I am doing great. So today we talk about the importance of cooperative. Dr. Fala start the discussion. Last week, we had to do an abbreviated version due to national assignment at the Samuel Carrington Sports Complex. So we're here today, a full-blown schedule. Tell us your own experience, the importance of cooperative and your own experience, whether it can work in any contemporary sub-Saharan Africa countries. Oh, you gone off. I knew you got some internet problem. Yes. State of the nation is 37. Is it what? 43? Oh, I think time is fast spent. This we have to take the course. We have to take the course. That we what and Abina will come in. She got
We can
some
plan for next
connection
week.
problem.
Yeah, maybe let's plan for next week. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So 077-5144-278. What are your experiences? Have you ever become a member of the cooperative of a cooperative society? I am proposing, and I am the one behind it. The Swim Mecca Cooperative Society. We're going to form it, and we will transform life in that district. Swameka District, Bombay County. The caller is on the line. Good afternoon to you. Hello. Hello, caller. Yes. What's your name?
My name is Abraham Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm calling from Sinker.
Ibrahim, let's hear you. What's your? Have you ever become a member of a cooperative, or what you think it is? The importance.
So I am a banker. I am the risk manager at African Insurance Bank.
Okay, good,
Area.
good.
And
I'm so
not
honored
speaking
to.
officially.
Yeah, I'm so honored to have you on.
Thank you. I'm not speaking officially, representing the bank, but
Okay.
I talked to first of all state my position
Okay.
and to bring to the program.
Please go.
Let me say thank you for hosting the program and your guest. I think there are many things to talk about that are very key that we have to look at. The advantages of talk about the advantages that the cooperatives, carry and how they can impact agriculture. I think those are fairly, they are okay, they are true, and that's the direction to go. However, first, there's something that's missing, and as a financier that has been working in the field for over 13 years now, one of the things that things you didn't mention, or maybe I might have missed because I came on it, was the having a triangulated approach to agriculture. That is, when you have the producers, all right, so for the suppliers, you have the producers, which are the farmers, the cooperatives, or whatsoever you call them, maybe in clusters or what have you, and then creating a market. I don't know whether you did mention that in other areas, but
yes, but sorry, Chief. Sorry.
I just like to conclude like this, to say that the issues raised about African First Bank, to erect a checkpoint, that we are only demanding to people that are idiot cards. That's not true. And as a journalist or an announcer, it's good to do background investigation and then meet the person, the people, because this is a business.
No, so before you go, Chief, before you go, these are farmers who are on record, recorded, and they are the ones saying, and we are quoting them. We didn't say that's what you're doing.
We were not engaged.
No, listen. Yeah, listen. Please, now, please.
I was just trying to say that African First Bank.
Unfortunately, you say you're not speaking officially for the bank. Now you are speaking now.
No, African Bank has been in the for financing agriculture.
Okay.
We are the only bank that gives agricultural loan in this country. The only 4%. So I say 24%. No, we give 8%. We get very proud that with all of the farmers. We find
8%. Hello. 8% per month or per year? Per year, okay. Yeah.
So we finance people in cooperatives in Nimba, in Lufa, in Bone County, in different areas. And this is what we're doing. And the challenge has been to attract the kind of funding that is required from this kind of funding culture. So we close the gap in the industry. Agricultural lending was $500 million. Has gone up to $6 billion now. It's because of it's important that you have for yourself. But all what is being explained will be supported by financing. And whatever is, these banks that are available is bad to start, raising reputational issues that will affect the business that is already damaged. So I don't want this to be the main focus of the reason why I called. I just thought to raise this. But I want to thank you for the effort in talking about agriculture. Full support of that.
Okay, so sorry, what's the name again?
Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, I'm so honored to have you on, and it was good for the clarification. But I needed to tell you that we were quoting farmers. Farmers who brought their They said they were finding it difficult, and then in fact now they were now moving towards a retrap program at agriculture ministry instead of grant. I mean loan. It was now grant at the Ministry of Agriculture. So it was good that you made this clarification, and it is all good for the good of our country. Thank you so much. Can we have a conversation off air? That is after the show, maybe 5 minutes after 5.
Yes, sure.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to place a call to you. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. State of the Nation, Agro segment. Dr. Fallon is on taking notes. 077-5144-278. This caller is on the line. Good afternoon to you. Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Steve Tokyo. I come from Wintown Pipeline.
Stephen Telaway, let's hear you.
Yeah. You know, the agriculture corporation you're talking about is very important, and I benefited from him. Though I was not, I was somehow in that regard of which was and I benefited from it a lot, especially when I was done. There was no banking system. It was the only banking system that we had. So I would recommend that. So I would really appreciate the topic, and I pray that one day we all be.
You tell me how indirectly you benefited from the ACDB. Tell me how indirectly you benefited from the ACDB.
Yes, when I said most of my activities were there, you know, I was in Sano there that time.
The last time you had access to your account before the closure, how much was there?
Back around the post office case.
How are you? Good. Yeah, fine.
Okay. Never mind. I don't know whether the government has a solution to that. Thank you so much for participating, Mr. Trawian. Let's take the next caller. Hello.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello.
Okay.
Caller, hello. Flip up. Next caller. Hello. Oh, sorry. You slip up. Let me take it from here. Hello. Hello. Yes, sir. What's your name?
My name is Nathan.
Nathan calling from cluster, Tottenham Break. Let's hear you.
Yes,
Yeah, I want to thank you for the show. I've never participated in cooperative farming, but I think I have a little idea because I am an associate degree in general agriculture with an emphasis in extension. Now, when you check down the line of the agricultural trends, you get to understand that our people venturing in sustainable farming. I think the idea of cooperative farming is a good thing. But I also think technical thing needs to be done around the value change. If you will put Liberia on the map of agricultural production, for example, if Liberia is to produce like peanut, let's say for example peanut, on the value change you have to have people because the value change is employment for a whole lot of people. Again, I think this idea of cooperative farming is a good thing. I also think that we should look at agricultural value chain because agricultural value chain proposes product and employ more people in the agricultural job market.
Thank you very much from Tottenham Break, Bomi County. The time is 7 minutes to o'clock. We'll take 2 more. And then back we'll answer to your calls, and then we'll call it a quit. State of the Nation Agro segment every Tuesday, 4 times a month, discussing ways and means on how we can feed ourselves. It is good that we made contact. Or let me put it this way: it is good that Afriland First Bank made contact to make that clarification. That was a key. coming in from a farmer that they were taking 2%. And in fact, as a matter of fact, the farm, the bank was the one now managing a an oil palm plantation in Grand Gide because the cooperative failed to live up to the loan agreement. We still have to follow that up. State of the nation, that time is fast spent. You heard the people, everyone welcomes the re-establishment of the Cooperative Development Bank. That at the same time, the cooperative agency, they believe and agree with you that it will reduce risk. And this agriculture student just told us that. He said, yes, it's a very good idea. It brings people together. It makes you stronger than you standing alone. But the $1 million question, or the $64 million question is, how come foreign businesses are able to stand alone, or individual businesses, foreigners are able to stand alone? Liberians are unable to stand alone. I was so pissed off last evening when I listened to Spoon to hear that Bitter Brother Corporation is the one who is building the headquarters of the Liberian National Oil Company. Come on, what is that? You got a Muscle Group and other engineering companies in this. Why are we not turning Liberians into rich people, or rather foreigners? How come the foreigners are standing alone to jumpstart their businesses and Liberians are unable, except we do it as a cooperative? Those are the concerns in 4 minutes.
Okay, 30 seconds. You know, this Liberia is such a strange country, and we all people. When I moved to Ethiopia, the first thing I realized, all the smaller roads, they are made with cobblestones. You know what the government does? When a group of civil engineers finish the university, they write a proposal, the government gave them funding, and all the alley road is developed by those engineering students. They graduate and get a job. All the major alley road, they can make them with rock. And I used to take photos, I would send them to you, just to study while I broke land. So they gave jobs to engineering students. All the secondary roads are created by a group of engineering students who are given funding by the government, and they create this nice cobblestone and they get funding in their pockets. But our government come and again, we think we can give job to everybody by taking money from our professionals and giving them out. So we got to decide what we want to do. There are models that exist, and I'm telling my friend Melvin, we need to take some of the guys from Liberia and can study Ethiopia. This is a landlocked country of 126 million, and come and see what the kind of development that goes on. The agricultural student, I hope I can get his contact. When you were talking, I put this up for you to see, SELLEE. These are roasted almonds. This is chia seeds. My friend brought me these roasted almonds from Uganda, made, produced, and packaged in Uganda. So I bought them in Uganda. I have a whole bag because usually it's good for weight. Value addition, post-harvest technology. I have with me here chia seeds. I eat it with my plain yogurt every morning.
What is that? What is this?
It's a chia seed. It's good for weight. It's a good Asian food. It's called chia seed. You eat it, you can make it a diet. It makes you not to be hungry. Locally packaged and produced in Ethiopia. I show you almonds, several pack of almonds made and produced in Uganda. They are the same black people as we are, but they have the environment, enabling environment to package. Serious people need to sit down. This young student, I hope I can get this agricultural student address so I can talk to him. We'll never be able to do well if we harvest and we sell directly. We must do post-harvest technology. The cooperative document Abina drew is end-to-end, from production to post-harvest technology to packaging. I will share that document with you to see what Abina has done for Liberia. We call it the REST commercialization protocol. Post-harvest technology, the young men have said, that what will give our people money. You can harvest cassava and sell it as cassava. But there are so much application for cassava, even in energy, production of ethanol. We got to think on how we can add value. And in this day and age of social media, information is available for that. Any produce. The last time I was telling you what to do with just planting the FAR application. We got to do that. That's where the Research Institute comes. Now I have some question from my African colleague. Can you kindly ask him on my behalf, what is the proportion of farmer applicants that apply for loan cooperative that they are giving to? Is it 10% or is it 1%? How many persons apply? How many people got it? Because it's easy to get 1,000 applicants and choose 3. The second thing I have for him is risk management. You ask the question, why is it that Brand don't succeed? You know, SELLEE, I run a 1.5 billion project. I'm a project manager, program manager. My job is to identify risks and manage risks with member states, with countries. What are they doing to identify the risks while Librarians are not succeeding? And how are they helping Librarians to manage the risks? How are they helping Librarian farmers to say, this is the risks, we have done the assessment of your farm, these are your risks, now we'll work with you to reduce these risks so that you can become a better person to manage your farm. Let the African fellow tell you how they are identifying and mitigating and managing risks. What proportion of the people who apply for loan have received loan? We'll be happy to hear those questions. We can even invite him next week. Finally, he spoke about supply and demand. Very brilliant idea. I will close by giving you Nigeria example. The largest country with the largest population in the world, almost 250 million people. They decided they were going to produce rice for that country. Today, Nigeria is 85% self-sufficient. Do the math. 240 million people, 15 million people, 85% of them are rice sufficient. You know what Nigeria did? They took some painful decision. They stopped importation. They closed the border with other countries. It even led to rice crisis. But guess what? They invested in irrigation. They invested in satisfied seed. It was a painful decision, but Nigeria jumped to 85% sufficiency, whereas Liberia with 5 million people, we are 49% sufficient. So the government got to take some practical steps. He's too correct. To create demand, we have to create some practical steps over a period of time and say by the end of this year, we'll cut down importation by 10%, 20%. We encourage that all our centers where we have program, only Liberian food will be there. That's the demand side. Then on the supply side, we train more agriculturists. We give away soft loan. We provide seed for farmers so they don't have to use the seed, feed, or. We provide education. Other countries have done it. Tanzania is 224% self-sufficient, exporting rice to East and Southern Africa. Let's start playing and let's be serious. My colleague from Afriland, please tell me the risks, how you are helping farmers to manage their risks, because nobody goes into business and knows it well. You got to train them and work with them. That's the work we do. We help countries to identify their risks. We help them to mitigate the risks. What are they doing to help the farmers? What proportion of farmers they are giving loan to? So indeed, we need to create supply and supporting and then create demand by cutting down importation. If our farmers are going to compete with the organized rice importers, they will never succeed. So let's start playing with ourselves. There are practical things and there are examples. Liberia is not on the planet Mars. We are the same poor, the same Africans, others are doing it. Value addition, I just show you typical example from East Africa. It can be done if we are serious. And you know the end result, if we do this better and do it well, just how my poor father was able to produce very educated children. My father had less than a third grade education. He and my mother never went to school, but they were able to make Okra Garden and make us educated, and they took me to Harvard to sit with great people who can produce the same if we help them put money in the poor farmers' pockets, in bombing, in swing. They will educate their children, and very soon we'll start the dependency. It is for our own survival as a country that will empower agriculture, because when we produce the middle class, they will educate their children, and those children will pay taxes. They will become better human beings to that country. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Fala. See you next week. Next week, Tuesday, that is. Interesting.
Yes,
it is
and
the day.
Next week, I'll be happy to have you on board. The agriculture student, please put in contact with me. I'm begging you.
Okay, so the agriculture student who got diploma in agriculture, and please call. That is maybe 15 minutes after the end of the show. Usually, I like to take a breather when I sign off, because it's not an easy task to talk for 2.5 hours. So just call 15 minutes after 5 so that I can link you to Dr. Fala. He wants to get in touch with you. Thanks to each and every one of you who called in. Thanks to those of you who watch on. This is State of the Nation. That's how we draw the curtains on this edition on behalf of the entire crew. Madeline is out and I'm here. See you on tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. It is the 3rd day of April. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock, 2 unbroken hours of documentary remembering, maybe memorializing the month of April, especially for some of our compatriots who lost their life as a result of, in other words, reckless quest for power from some of Liberia's persons. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful night. State of the
Thank
Nation
you,
signs
Sylvie.
off right now.
Thank you so much, Sylvie.